going out and seeing how the fan base has reacted to the product has just been amazing.
Gets you going, man. It's like a lot of adrenaline, all hyped up. Makes it like you're really inside the game.
Man, this game is tight. Need for Speed, it's the best.
If you love imports, you're gonna love this game.
My name's Scott Nielsen. I'm one of the producers on the Need for Speed Underground games, so we'll just take you through a little bit of the game mode here. Basically, Need for Speed series has been born out of the typically the high-end luxury cars, your Lamborghinis, Porsches, Ferraris. Underground is a little bit of a departure from that. What we're doing is we've got, it's more about car customization and taking your cars. Honda, Acura, Nissan, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Hyundai, fully licensed cars in the game this year. A little bit of a different car set than in the past. We've got different companies like DC Sports, AEM, Greddy, Brembo. Anyone and everyone in the tuner scene is fully licensed and in the game.
award-winning team from Hot Pursuit 2. That in combination with some people that we brought out of Hollywood, so we brought some visual effects artists in from ILM and some other different areas.
Muller, Jörg Muller and Hans Joachim Stuck taking turns at the wheel. This car originally developed, of course, for the American Le Mans series. Outlawed because the rule has said that they didn't build enough of them, but a very effective machine here.
game. So any road that you see, you can actually drive on. There are 5 distinct areas of the world that you can drive in, and they're all connected by a pretty extensive freeway system. So there is a lot more to do this year inside the game, and a lot of the fun of it is just driving around and exploring everything, because not everything is shown to the player when they start the game. So it's more of a non-linear environment, and although you will see some shops and some events on the map when you start, the gist of the game is you have to go out and explore and find out where everything is going on. So just like when you move to a new city, you kind of see all the things that that the tourist might see, but as you live there and as you get to know the city, you start to find out about restaurants and clubs and other things that just a casual observer doesn't see.
Diablo, Eclipse, Ferrari, Ford Mustang, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mercedes, Murcielago, 350Z, Porsche, Skyline, Supra.
Coastal Route 1, Quadrant 7, Kingston.
All units be advised, suspect has been captured. Repeat, suspect has been captured. Calling all units, officers have disabled the speeding vehicle. All units, high-speed pursuit no longer in progress. Offender now in custody.
Get out of the car! Out of the car now!
smoke, a lot of burning rubber, a lot of smell. But it's good times. I mean, what a sport. It's all about style. I mean, it's a race that they're not even getting judged on how fast they're going. It's all about style. And you see how close they come to the wall? It's pretty unbelievable. Welcome back to the Need for Speed Underground 2 World Launch Party. Right now I'm hanging out in the Xbox Gaming Pavilion. And things are getting pretty crazy. In fact, I think I see some of the drifters right now. Let's go see what they're doing. JR, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be preparing for your competition today?
I probably should, but the team's out there putting some fresh Falcon tires on, so I'm in here getting my mind set for the event today.
Well, you do it well. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Hey Ken, tell me how much preparation a car needs to go through to get ready for a drift.
A car must be modified suspension-wise, and then we must have a least amount of power. And then what's interesting about this game is that we can personalize our cars to drift spec and drag spec, so it's pretty realistic.
They asked me to put together a song where they had the vocals and the track from The Doors, original song, Riders on the Storm, as far as being their theme song. So, you know, I'm a fan of The Doors and a fan of EA Games, so it was an easy collaboration for me to step in there and make it happen. And it turned out to be something so big where I'm putting a song on my record for the European release of my record that's coming out November 23rd.
I had fun performing for Snoop, and thanks for having me here.
Big Snoop Dogg. It's gonna be cool.
I see you dying over there enjoying yourself. Hey! Yo, everybody say hell yeah! Say hell yeah! Say Snoop Dogg!
EA's Need for Speed, Snoop Dogg at the Doors, Riders on the Storm. You better believe it. Hey, yo, Jim, I see you, baby. Holla. Rest in peace, homie.
Miss Brooke Burke.
Brooke Burke is accepted for her performance as Rachel Teller in Need for Speed Underground 2, Electronic Arts Publishing.
You know, I thought I was going to come up here originally and show Snoop how to drop it like it's hot, but my skirt is too short. The monkey, that's really cool. Playing Rachel has been more fun than work for me. I had an amazing time. So I just want to say thanks to EA for letting me be part of the game and the amazing people who illustrated my character. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. Really cool.
Gabe. I'm an associate producer for Electronic Arts. I've been working on Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I'm going to showcase to you here today. So as you can see, Most Wanted is scheduled to come out in November, so it's going to be a launch title for Xbox 360. And I'm just going to take you through the game here. This is the E3 demo that we created. It's going to be a drag race. Most of you will be familiar with drag from Underground 2, so I'm going to highlight some of the differences in Most Wanted. So to start off with, you'll immediately notice the level of detail in the car has increased exponentially. We laser model every car from the real-life counterpart, so we don't ever use models anymore. These things are basically 100% accurate to the real-life car. You can see the level of detail that's gone into these is pretty much amazing, right up to the bump maps on the tires. We've got a lot of detail in the fenders, reflections on the hoods and the windows. You can even see the paint flecks if you look closely. Then you go out in the environment and you immediately see the difference. We've got normal mapping on the streets. It's pretty much one of the first console games to have normal mapping. You can see the reflection of the sun in the roadways. You can see the cracks are actually detailed and going into the cement. The leaves scattered on the sidelines and floating through the air. Also show just the level of draw distance that we can do now, so you can see all the way across the city. All of the sound effects from the cars, again, this year are going to be from the actual car itself, where we take it into a shop. We record every sound, from the sound it makes when it shifts to the RPMs when it's revving out or when it's driving normally. So I'm just about to start here. We're going to do a race. It's a drag race, and you'll notice immediately the tuning level of the traffic. It's a little more intense than most people are used to. So the goal is obviously to get a perfect shift as you're going through. Time your nitrous bursts. And as you can see, we've got trucks added to the screen now. We've also got a new mechanic called Race Breaker. This basically slows down time and allows you to avoid obstacles. And then we've got a small layer of fog patches as you blow through them. You can definitely see the level of detail as they're coming right at you. And then as I'm coming out of the tunnel here, you'll see a huge contrast shift as you get kind of blinded when you come outside. And then you come up to the roadblock, which is actually the big focus point of this game, is on cops this year. So about 70% of the game is going to take place in the open world, where the cops are actually going to be actively chasing you as you're racing around. They're going to be deploying Hollywood-style tactics, and the idea is you have to use counter tactics to get out of each of the formations they're going to use. So as you're racing around, you're building up heat on your car. The cops are then going to be attracted to that car, so then you can go and customize your car, change out bumpers, spoilers, paints, vinyls, and then lower the heat on the car because they won't recognize it anymore. So we're really taking the customization from Underground 2 and giving it a new purpose in the game. So thank you very much. Have fun.
Welcome back to Formula D in Houston. The Formula Drift Championship is sponsored by EA Games, who brought out the latest version of Need for Speed and set up a Texas-sized tournament for the fans.
Do you have what it takes?
Yo, what's up? This is Emeka here at the Need for Speed Most Wanted Blacklist Tournament. We are here to find out who the best Need for Speed player is in right here, H-Town, Houston. It's about to jump off. Check it out. Dozens of gamers came out today to show off their skills on EA's Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Xbox. The tournament was 10 rounds of single elimination madness, where the player with the slowest lap time in each round was sent home packing. Yo, I'm serious, man. It is getting nasty up in here, man. People are tearing people down, trash talking like crazy, and it's just video games.
I still finished 146. You've been busted for excessive speeding. But I still have the time.
Hey, man, what happened?
I freaking got, the cops flipped my car and I crossed the finish line and I got a time and they won't give it to me.
You know, he got right up to the end. He almost finished the race line. He got busted by the cops and the cops flipped him over and he got busted. The whole point was he almost made it to the finish line. He thought he got his time and it said apprehended on the screen. So I had to disqualify him. Yo, I'm the commissioner and if I say you're out, you're out. What I say goes.
After 9 rounds of furious stickwork, intense trash talking, and crazy upsets, the final came down to 3 drivers, Dylan Williams, Jackie Wan, and Hamilton Hartfield. The finals were hot to death, but in the end, the cool, calm, collected Dylan came away with the victory by posting the fastest time all day.
So talk to me, Dylan. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm just not lost for words.
Dylan took home a new Xbox, a copy of the game, won a trip to New York or Miami, but best of all, he got to sit shotgun, sliding sideways with professional drifter Tarzan. Let's check out Dylan's ride. Yo, man, it's been an insane tournament here in Houston, man. I mean, all day long, people were talking trash, but guess what? The coolest and smoothest out of all of them, Dylan, he came out on top with an unbeatable time. Yo, for all of y'all, this is Emeka in Houston Need for Speed Tournament, Most Wanted. Check it later.
California at the Need for Speed Formula D Drift Series, and we're here with the Need for Speed Most Wanted Blacklist Tournament. The tournament features 100 competitors. It was a head-to-head single elimination competition in which we walked away with one guy with a trip or two to the Need for Speed launch event and a drift along with the guys on the track. While they're out there drifting, we're in here racing. Need for Speed Most Wanted, it is a brand new game from the makers of Underground. And again, yes, your favorite street racing is back, but now we have the addition of smart cops. And unlike any of the Underground games, now you can race with either your tuner car or up to the exotics and go head to head to see who's the best.
That's a Roger, go ahead. Driver's not slowing down. You might want to start clearing cover. We have to get him stopped ASAP.
Here's what we're gonna do. Finalists, pick the kiosk of your choice. Get settled in. We're gonna do 7 rounds. Back to back to back to back to back. Blacklist Tournament Champion of Sonoma, California, my man Ryan Wall. Ryan, how you feel? Hungry for food or hungry for more? Yeah.
Well, I like it so far. It feels pretty good. I think Need for Speed has always kind of ridden that fine line between arcade and simulation. They've always done it really well. And I think people who like simulation games are going to find something they can like in this. People who like arcade games will also find something they can like.
Very fun game, yeah, definitely a must buy. It doesn't get any better. It mixes Hot Pursuit and Underground perfectly. And, the game engine runs really smooth, and it's a lot more fun than Underground too, for sure.
What I like about this game is it combines
all of the past games together. It combines the hot pursuit with the underground.
The cops, they chase you finally.
I love Need for Speed, all their games. They always stay true to the racing.
It's a lot easier to handle the vehicles and they move a lot better, and so it's really pretty cool.
The graphics are they're out of control.
Need for Speed Most Wanted is going to be my favorite game, I can tell.
Need for Speed is all about.
It's #1, dog.
I would definitely buy the game.
Has been arrested. District Supervisor is en route requesting you secure the scene.
Welcome back to Formula D. As the smoke settles here after some of the first runs, let's go check out my man Big C as he's over at the EA Games tent chopping it up with some Need for Speed addicts.
Chicago's playing host to the Need for Speed Blacklist Tournament. Sponsored by EA Games, the next generation of racers are competing in the digital world to see who's got the skills to be #1. Let's go check it out.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Wow. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. I'm the man.
What's your name, man?
I'm the franchise, man.
You about to get on. You haven't ran yet. What do you think you're gonna do in this tournament?
Annihilate everyone. It's all good.
That's real big trash talking there. And we giving up points for trash talking, man. I want to see it done, man.
Beautiful. My house. My house. Bring it.
What?
Bring it.
What?
This is mine.
Your house?
My house.
Man, we got to give you much respect. What times are you pulling down, and what's the speed you getting on the game, man?
I don't know. In practice, I hit like 135 flat.
135 flat? How you think that's going to do, man? I see guy up there got 163, man. Are you going to be able to compete in this with that?
Should be able to.
Hey, well, look, I'm rooting for you, man. Thanks for coming out. So where you from?
Atlanta.
Now, I didn't heard, I got this little thing in my ear, and they said that you was driven all the way here because you missed Atlanta?
I had to beg my mom to come up here. So she let me come up here, and I had to come up here and do my thing.
Hey, I got to shout out Mom's real big. Give me some fives, man. You brought him, he did it, and we got him. What's going to make you a winner today?
I'm the greatest, man. That's all I got to say.
So you like the Muhammad Ali of this, right?
Greatest, man. That's all I got to say.
So you should be talking trash when you get on the stick, right?
I don't have to talk trash, man. It's going to speak for itself.
After each round, the slowest 3 times are eliminated from each bracket, while the rest of the pack advances to the next round. A boy from Irvine, California, boasts the fastest time.
I work at a video game store. The video games are my life.
As more and more players get outpaced, one of the favorites to win it all gets eliminated. All right, after 8 furious rounds of drifting and crashing, the finals came down to Justin Lamborn, Matt Shirviz, and Sean O'Sullivan. 3 young kids who are barely legal to drive. But after a few minutes of fine gameplay, a local boy comes out on top, edging out the competition.
During the final round, I didn't think I would have a chance at all. My excitement level right now is about the height of the Sirius Tower right now.
You are about to take a ride with Tarzan Yamada and the Viper. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Strap your helmet on, strap yourself in, and hold on.
That is amazing. He is nuts.
You got a little rubber on your cheek, man. You got a little rubber on your cheek.
Everywhere on me.
Thanks a lot for entering the Blacklist Tournament. Hey, y'all, you too can take this ride. Peace.
Welcome back to Formula D. Irwindale is crazy. All the drivers are going big on the hard bank, and we're back into the crazy 8. The last 2 battles in the hard 8 are upon us, beginning with Tanner Faust and Chris Forsberg. Tanner's driving the McKinney Motorsports 240SX, and Forsberg is behind the wheel of the Falcon Tires S15. Let's get with J-Rod, who's got the call.
Tanner Faust, Chris Forsberg. Chris looks like he's lagging a little bit. See if he can catch up. He's running.
Welcome back to Formula D. Now, we're going to get back to the on-track action in a minute, but right now, my man Big C is checking out the Need for Speed tournament.
Do you have the need for speed?
Hey, I'm Big C, and we hanging out in Irwindale, California, where the Need for Speed Most Wanted Blacklist Tournament is looking for another competitor to win a free trip to Vegas, a brand new Xbox, and a drift ride with Tarzan. The competition is heating up. Let's go check it out. The rules are simple. The slowest 3 times per heat are eliminated, while the other 5 move on to the next round. Hundreds of cats came out to compete, and the Need for Speed tourney sees its first girl enter the contest.
Just because I'm a girl don't mean nothing. I can roll with all these people here.
And I'm just trying to keep on the track, chase smooth lines, try and take the turns as fast as I can. As long as I don't hit any obstacles or the 5.0 doesn't pull me out to the side, I think I should be doing pretty good.
This is a trash talking, bring your best game tournament. So bring your best game, man.
I'm all show, no talk, man. I'll bring what I bring to the game. You can.
I don't know, y'all.
I'll bring it.
I don't know, y'all. When I'm out there dancing and I'm winning, I talk. So if you're not talking, you might be a loser. Holla back. All right, now this looks like the future. What's your name, little man?
Oliver.
Where you from, Oliver?
Simi Valley.
Am I messing up your game, man?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to mess your game up, but you think you're going to win this Need for Speed Underground Blacklist tournament here today?
No.
It's a lot going on here, man. How you gonna do?
Oh, man, you know I'm gonna do the best. Can't nobody see me, dog.
I don't know. I got a lot of players here. We shall see. So after the game separated the players from the player haters, we are left with 3 drivers. Eric Broman, James Pye, and Justin Lundy are all looking to take home the checkered flag. Your boy Justin Lundy leaves the other 2 drivers in the dust as he comes out on top as the Irwindale winner.
Being relaxed kind of helped me get the times I wanted to get. If I get excitable, man, I'll screw up. So I'll have to wait till adrenaline comes back again. So I'll be excited pretty soon.
What are your last words before you take the ride of your life, man?
I hope I don't do anything stupid, man, but oh, this is gonna be so crazy. Can't wait for this to happen.
All right, now this is my advice to you. Strap your helmet on, hold on, peace.
To register for the Need for Speed Blacklist Tournament or to get more info, check out needforspeed.com.
See you in Las Vegas. My gosh, what are you guys doing out here?
My boy Nick here is really into the Supras and the import cars, so we're here with Michael Myers and Nopi, and Nick's showing his cars off today.
We have 2 Supras thrown by Titan Motorsports booth right now,
So what do you think of the Nopi Nationals? This is your first time here, right?
Well, I had to drag my wife out to put her in the bikini contest.
Oh, yeah, Norman.
To go to the 18-wheeler. Oh! Hey, man, it's hard with that joystick. Spray. Whole booth. This game's badass. Kaos got me. Get through them a little bit. Huh? Where's it at?
The Microsoft booth featured an exhaustive array of playable games, from racing titles such as Need for Speed Most Wanted, to adventure games such as County.
It's going down.
try to adjust the system. I am in control. How you like it? Do you like it hot? How you like it? Do you like it raw?
Donc dans quelques instants, on va faire monter à ses côtés on applaudit.
Come on into the new dawn. Come on into the new dawn.
Hey guys, my name is Raquel Mateo. I work at Electronic Arts and I'm here to show you Need for Speed Most Wanted behind the scenes. Come check it out.
Hi.
Hey, what are you working on?
Working on Need for Speed Most Wanted, cinematics and the look of the game on Xbox 360.
So, as an art director, what do you do for Need for Speed Most Wanted? What does it mean to be an art director here?
It means I'm primarily in charge of the look of the game, the look and feel of everything, cinematics, and what you experience in the game. That has to reflect the core of what the game is about, as well as be unique and recognizable.
Oh, hey, what's going on? This is Anthony Anderson, and we're here at the Need for Speed launch event.
I'm here for Need for Speed Most Wanted.
My name is Mike Hart. I'm Matt Service. I'm Justin Lundy. Ryan Waltz.
I'm Jesse Butler.
I am Funkmaster Flex, and I'm here for the Need for Speed Most Wanted launch party. You know what I mean? It's going down.